graders. We're going to do our sprint from lesson 5. So you need your yellow spine practice book and open up to page 85. Page 85. You'll know you're on the right page if you see lesson 5 sprint at the top and you want A. All right, let's look at the directions for this sprint. We are subtracting fractions from a whole number. Here's my trick. Think of cookies. I think it'll make it easier for you. So let me get you started. For question 1, 4 cookies, but you eat a half of a cookie. How many would you have left? Well, you've only even taken a bite out of one, so you still have 3 whole cookies, and you ate half of that other cookie, so you have a half left. Use this, and I think it will help you, okay? So if you have 4, all of these fractions are less than 1. So if you have 4, you're going to have 3 whole ones and a part. You have 3, you're going to have 2 whole ones and a part. You have to figure out what the part is. You have 2 whole ones, you're going to end up having 1 whole and a part. Notice that every time it goes down by 1 because you're really only touching one of those cookies. Okay? Let's give it a shot. So for today, I just expect you to try your best. Do your best to stay focused for the whole time. It's only 1 minute, and your goal is to improve on side B. So 1 minute. If you don't want to work with the timer, that's fine. You can pause the video, work for about a minute, and then come back when you're ready to check your work. All right, 1 minute. You can begin now. Okay, put an X under the last one you were able to complete, and let's check our work. Do a little check mark if you got it wrong. Otherwise, you don't need to do anything. Starting on number 1, 3.5, 2.5, 1.5, 1/2. So you could put on this one for number 5, you could either do 0 and 1/2 or just write the fraction, 1/2. 2/3, 1 2/3, 3 2/3, 3 1/3, 1 1/3, 1 3/4, 1 1/4. I'm on question 12. 2 1/4, 2 3/4, 3 1/4, 1 9/10, 2 1/10, 1 3/10, 3 7/10, 2 4/9, or excuse me, 2 4/5, 2 3/5, 2 1/5, 2 2/5. On question 23. 2 7/8, 2 5/8, 2 3/8, 2 1/8, 1 1/8, 3 6/7, 2 1/7, 1 4/7, 3 3/7, 2 2/7, 3 1/4. On question 34. 1 3/8, 2 7/10, 3 3/5, 3 4/7, 2 3/10, 2 1/2, 3 3/4, 1 1/4, 3 5/6, 2 2/3, 1 1/3. right, how did you do? Write your number correct up here at the top. Okay, and again, let's just take a look at this. Oops. Sorry, I wrote this on the wrong one. This one should be 2/3. There we go. Taking a look at these, do you notice anything about the pattern that happened, especially at the beginning? Our answers were 3.5, 2.5, and 1.5, and then just a half. Why did that happen? Why did it go down by 1 every time? Look at the questions. They were all the same, just the number we started with decreased by 1 every time. And we kind of already pointed this out, but if I have 4 to start with, I had 3 in my answer. 3 to start with, 2 in the answer. 2, 1. It went down by 1 every time. So this one here, number 6, also would have 1 whole. The 4 would have 3. The 4 would have 3. The 2 would have 1. Let's use that to help us solve, so that all we have to figure out is if I had a whole and I take away 1/3, we'd have 2/3. A whole take away 1/3, I'd have 2/3. A whole take away 2/3, I'd only have 1/3. All right, let's do our best to improve on this second time. So flip your page. You want to be on page 87. It's still lesson 5, sprint, but beside B. And it is the same skill, subtracting fractions from whole numbers. Okay, do your best, stay focused, and let's work to improve. Right, you may begin now. Okay, let's check our work. Starting on number 1, 1/2, 1 1/2, 2 1/2, 3 1/2, 3/4, 1 3/4, 3 3/4, 3 1/4, 1 1/4, 1 2/3, 1 1/3. I'm on question 12. 2 1/3, 2 2/3, 3 1/3, 2 9/10, 1 1/10, 3 3/10, 2 7/10, 1 4/5, 1 3/5, 1 1/5, 2 2/5. I'm on question 23. 1 7/8, 1 5/8, 1 3/8, 1 1/8, 3 1/8, 2 6/7, 1 1/7. I'm on question 30. 3 4/7, 2 3/7, 1 2/7, 2 1/4. I'm on question 34. 3 3/8, 1 7/10, 2 3/5, 2 4/7, 1 3/10, 1 1/2, 2 1/4, 3 3/4, 2 1/6, 1 1/3, 3 2/3. All right, how did you do? Count up your number correct and figure out how many you improved by. We can put a 0 if you got the same, or a little dash if you went down. All right, great job. I know this is sometimes some tough things that we do in sprints, but you guys are doing awesome. Thanks.